She was the waitress on that show, TV show, right?
Alice. Tonight on Pat Somerall. Tonight on CBS, 60 Minutes, followed by Alice. The Jeffersons. And then the CBS Sunday night movie, A Child's Rage, the Jessica Connor story, starring Meredith Baxter Burney.
I remember the movies. The movies, you never knew where to find these movies at either.
They always had a colon, like, I want my kid back. The Jenna Moore story, starring Sally Field.
Playing the role she was meant to play.
She's back.
It was funny. In that range, you had Columbo, Matlock, and Murder, She Wrote, and it was for like 3 different demographics. Yeah. That's all it was.
My favorite thing about Murder, She Wrote was Pat Somerall during the Sunday football games promoting CBS's Sunday night lineup. The pause he would take. Tonight on Murder, She Wrote, 2nd and 5, Giants at the 14. And he'd do those promos. Tonight on 2nd and 5, the Giants will take a timeout tonight on CBS, 60 Minutes, followed by Alice, the Jeffersons, and the CBS Sunday night movie, A Child's Rage, the Jessica Connor story, starring Meredith Baxter Burney.
Just when you thought the house was clean to go in.
Tonight on CBS.
Dude, I used to love those fucking promos.
Saw him like in a shotgun. Madden just sitting there like they're disgusted with the fucking. Then on Fox, my favorite on Fox.
Hold on, do it, I'm going to cut into Madden.
No, this was Fox, ready? Tonight on Fox, House of Buggin', starring comedian John Leguizamo. There was a show called...
And then we got this guy right here in the stands. Look at him. He's eating a hot dog. Look how good that hot dog looks.
There's a show called House of Buggin' that was on for 2 minutes on Fox, and he had to say that. Pat Somerall had to say House of Buggin'.
House of Buggin'.
Tonight on Fox, House of Buggin'. But Somerall doing Murder, She Wrote. That pause for no reason. You thought he died. Murder, She Wrote.
Maybe he was really nailing the comma. Isn't there a comma in it?
Maybe that, or my hope is that he just like fell asleep.
He had a mini stroke.
He fell asleep and John Madden nudged him. There's a tape. You know what? Try to find this on YouTube. Before every big game, Pat Somerall and John Madden were the team in the booth, and they were the best. They were great. I miss them. But they would go on live. It would be a 2-shot of them. And Somerall would do the intro. He'd then throw it to Madden for his analysis. And when that happened, the camera would slowly move to a close-up of John Madden so you don't see Pat Somerall. There's one game where clearly John Madden is sitting on something that Pat Somerall needs. Mm-hmm. So the camera goes off of Somerall, and they think it's like his mic or something. It goes off of Somerall, and you see Madden doing his thing, but you see him leaning over like someone's trying to wipe his ass or something, and he's like, and I got a thing with the 49ers, and I just see him like moving his ass, and like you hear like something getting pulled out of his fucking enormous ass, and he's making painful faces. God, it's fucking hilarious. Tonight on CBS, Alice, followed by the Jeffersons, and the brand new Donny Deutsch comedy, Donny, where Donny plays a fictional version of himself on an all-new Donny, followed by House of Buggin', starring comedian John Leguizamo. I'm teasing Pat Somerall because I'm going to do something at the end of the show into the beginning of our next show, which won't be till Monday because, of course, it's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Tomorrow we go eat some bird and absolutely give thanks for God knows what. And but I'm going to do it. He was famous for you old people there who listen. He used to Pat Somerall, the announcer for CBS Sports, used to do a thing with the show Murder, She Wrote with Angela Lansbury, and it was an ongoing gag. It started out as they didn't realize it, but they said, Pat, when you do Murder, She Wrote, you take a pause. Like I think Pat Somerall, was a former player, he was a kicker, and it started out where I think he was really trying so hard to be a good broadcaster, and I think someone told him pauses are important, and there's a comma It's rare that a title of a show has a comma in it, but there's a comma in Murder, She Wrote in between the murder and she. So he would go, tonight on CBS, Alice, the CBS Sunday night movie at Child's Ridge, the Jessica Connor story, followed by an all-special new Murder, She Wrote. He'd take a pause. I think he thought it was appropriate. And he would make it long sometimes, and John Madden eventually started laughing at it. They thought it was a big gag. And then, it became a thing. Like on CBS, they would talk about it during the. So I'm going to try something for you old broadcasting fans. At the end of the show today, I will just go, murder. It's the last thing I'll say. You won't hear She Wrote until Monday when I start the show. It's the first thing I say. First thing I say you'll hear is She Wrote. So I will take the longest pause in the history of broadcasting. Dan is the producer of the show. I say to you your thoughts.
As long as it's not Murder, She Bob.
Murder, She what?
She Bob.
What's that?
Wasn't that a song? She Bob.
Was it?
Yeah.
Murder, She Bob.
Lauper. It was Cyndi Lauper.
Really?
Yeah.
Murder, She Bob?
No, it was something. She Bob.
God. My followers will call them. They're suggesting other people to be racist. It's like I do an impression of Pat Somerall, the old announcer for CBS, did the football games with John Madden, who I love. He was the guy who goes, 2nd and 5 tonight on CBS, Murder, She Wrote, followed by Alice.
That's right.
So the guy said, he suggested that. How does that happen? He's a little too sophisticated, but I'll give it a shot. Tonight on 2nd and 5, the nigger O.J. Anderson up the middle. Whoa, John Madden, whoa, where'd that come from? I'm improvising. Rune Arledge told me to improvise. He said, I notice you're racist when you get drunk.
Speaking of niggers, at all new Jeffersons tonight.
Coming up, the nigger Jefferson opens a dry cleaner on the Upper East Side. Apparently, it's a fictional place. What porch monkey's running a business, huh, John? Leave me out of this, Pat. I don't do the racist thing. Fuck you. I guess we're not drunk telling jokes, are we? Alone on the plane.
Boom.
John Madden's always telling racist jokes. I'm like, I never have. Fuck you. When's the last time you told me you like the Jeffersons? Bullshit.
Everybody in the fucking country's watching Redskins, Giants, or something. And Pat Somerall would set it up, and then they'd go to a close-up. They'd slowly move over to Madden, who was enormous. Mm-hmm. And Madden would do his spiel. So there was one where somehow Pat Somerall's headsets, John Madden was sitting on them. So the camera moves over to John Madden, and you see Madden like lifted up his ass to fart. It looked like he was trying to fart. And you hear like, Pat Somerall's desperately trying to get his headsets from underneath an enormous man. An enormous man. You're like, and Madden's trying to do it. The thing about the Giant defense is, they come to play. They get dirty. They're dirty right now. They get dirt in the locker room. Lawrence Taylor gets dirt in the locker room, put dirt all over his face, dirt. And get him another head. Get him another pair of headsets.
I just love now, like, everyone wants to be on TV all the time, but back then, I don't think those guys wanted to be on TV, and they would have, like, that one stretch in, like, the third quarter where they would show a shot, and there's an intern in charge of, like, get rid of the cigarettes, get rid of the whiskey, get rid of the beer can.
Pat Somerall, you're right. Pat Somerall, by the time he was on the second stat in the fucking one, he had a fucking vision of that scotch, a tumbler, a hamper of whiskey. A hamper. I think they'd empty out an industrial mayonnaise jar, boil it, and they'd put whiskey in a straw. Pat Somerall would go, tonight, CBS, the Jeffersons, followed by Alice, and then the new sketch comedy show, House of Buggin', starring comedian John Leguizamo. It's John Leguizamo. Starring comedian Juan Lapaprano. It's John Leguizamo. Starring a Spanish guy. I remember House of Bug was on for one season. when he would say, House of Buggin'. Starring comedian John Lee. Yeah, I tell you, John Lee was on. I saw a little bit of it last night. That's that. And from what I hear, you know, if you're trying to pull something out of John Madden's ass, the headsets might not be the only thing in there.
Oh, God.
Pa
beer
gets
bottles?
Pa gets scarlet fever in Little House on the Prairie. Following 60 minutes.
Yeah, coming up on the Jeffersons. Can Bentley deal with reverse racism? Tonight. And then racism's ugly cousin shows up on the White Shadow. Homophobia. Right, John? Yeah, that's terrible. We still got a lot of the Oakland Raiders. Yeah, some of the guys, like Lyle Alexander's a bit of a homophobic guy. Yeah, I didn't like any. Yeah. I had a turducken in my turducken. It's turkey, a duck, and a chicken, and we put it all together in there, and you stuff like a midget in there or something, and a gay guy. And you eat it. What are you saying, John, that you ain't a homosexual? Yeah, ain't homosexual. Turducken. You put everything in there. Stuff it in there. Here, let's see, stuff it in there. Just thinking like, okay, you got a punter in there. You do the punter jokes. You're like a punter, you know, let's put a punter in there. You're saying punters are small people. Yeah. Compared to the other linemen. You know what I'm saying? I like the line with the dirty people, you know? I like dirty people. Yeah, like Lawrence Taylor. God knows what he's doing before the game. He's out there, you know, he's smoking crack. He's with a hooker. He's falling asleep in a Jeep on the side of the turnpike by the you know what I'm saying? By the Joyce Kilmer rest stop, he's smoking a joint, a crack pipe. That's Lawrence Taylor. He gets down and dirty. He smokes crack. You're saying Taylor, in addition to working out, smokes crack cocaine on the Jersey Turnpike. That's what I'm saying, yeah. I've heard about it. Some of the players told me it. A lot of guys don't like Lawrence Taylor for some reason. Where's that enormous earring? Looks like a chick. Yeah, we wouldn't go for that in the 1950s Giants. Yeah, he'd be like Outcast a bit, right? Oh, yeah? Until you saw him rush. Guy gets out of quarterback. Hey, your headsets are in my ass. Yeah, there's something in my ass. Is Rune Orland there? There's something in my ass again. Is that a turducken? Is that a turducken in my ass? What's in my ass? It's my headsets.
Keep talking.
Is that Paul Lind? Is Paul? Are they doing Hollywood together? Is Paul Lind in my ass? Paul Lind is the center square, which happens to be my ass. I don't know. I guess I'm just different. That's Charles Nelson Riley. So here's the things that have been in my ass. Charles Nelson Riley. Yeah.
Turducken.
Pull in and your headsets. Right, Pat? And a tumbler of scotch. Also, comedian John Leguizamo.
It's Sanford and Son.
I love the duo of Murder, She Wrote and Jake and the Fat
Well,
Man.
Murder, She Wrote, there was an ongoing joke about that because he would say murder and then pause on purpose. And every week the pause got longer. So you go Murder, She Wrote, you go, tonight on CBS, Angela Lansbury stars in Murder, She Wrote. And he would, yeah, we were cracking up. That was a big joke. How long? Here's the thing. Pat was a bit of a drinker or whatever. You know, he loved joking around. So he would do the Murder, She Wrote thing. You know, quite frankly, none of us knew why. You know, she wrote, just say murder or something. To me, it's a better title. I don't know. Angela Lansbury a bit long in the tooth. I don't know. And I looked like a dude to me. Anyway. And so he would goof around and make us laugh. You know, we're sports guys. We're stupid. We don't know nothing. And, you know, he'd take a longer pause every week. But she wrote. God, that cracked us up. And by the Super Bowl, it was very long.
There is a comma.
There's a comma. But where will the Ryans land next? I got a feeling I'm going to see Rex just fucking put his fat ass in a booth and just start, talking about First and Five.
Yeah.
That's it, man. He's going to talk about turduckens. He's one fucking dick in his ass away from me and John Madden. What? Turducken. Turkey, dick, and chicken. Now, turducken, here's a turducken. Come on in here, man. Yeah, I take this all over the place. I'm afraid to fly. Yeah, I'm afraid to fly. I like flight attendants on the ground. What? Yeah, here's the thing. Turkey, dick, and chicken. What was the middle thing? Duck? Yeah, duck, dick, what? Turducken. It's John. Turducken. John, it's Pat Somerall. What's a turducken? I've had a couple. 2nd and 5. Coming up, John Madden describes a turducken. Turkey, she wrote. Dick. Does that say duck or is that a typo? That says dick. All right. Dick. And chicken. Turducken. We thought of, Pat Somerall used to give out the lineup for Sunday night when he did Sunday night football games with John Madden. And he sounded like he was annoyed with the lineup back then. Like, tonight on CBS, murder, she wrote, followed by the Jeffersons. Alice, 60 Minutes, followed by Alice. The Jeffersons. And the CBS Sunday night movie, A Child's Rage, the Jessica Connor story, starring Meredith Baxter Birney. Tonight on Fox, House of Buggin' with comedian John Leguizamo. That was a real thing. They moved to Fox. The NFC moved to Fox, so Somerall and Madden did. The turducken and the booze moved over there. And, yeah, he had to do Fox's hip lineup, which at the time, Leguizamo had a house of booze. Tonight, on Fox, House of Buggin', starring comedian John Leguizamo.
The Simpsons were on there too.
The Simpsons. And on House of Buggin' tonight, the guys are chilling with a couple of 40s. Tonight they're spilling some gin and juice for a fallen brother of the Crips. And the Bloods are bringing in the crack and the cocaine. Apparently a car gets stolen. And oh my, the lowriders come out on Crenshaw. 2nd and 5. The Giants have it. All right. Okay, so we're getting a little bit into what I'm talking about here. If he were an announcer now, and something like 600-pound life, and he gives that, and then what's the episode's about? Pat Somerall. All right, that'll stop it there. 3rd and 8. They might be in field goal distance. While John uses the bathroom again, I smell turducken. I'm gonna give TLC's Sunday night lineup tonight. Tiaras and toddlers. Apparently a woman dresses up a 3-year-old like a broad. And you want to fuck her face. Tiaras and toddlers. Followed by that loud blonde broad. Whatever. And then the new hit, My 600-Pound Life. Tonight, Kirsten can't wash the folds in her ass. She gets soap in her eyes in the shower where she's stuck. She starts yelling out, "Mom, Mom, the bench. I can't see the bench. Move the bench." The mom moves the bench. 612-pound Kirsten sits down on the bench. She doesn't know the father of her half Puerto Rican daughter, Perez. She changes her last name to Perez in tonight's episode. On the next 600-pound life,
Lupe tries to eat her husband, Gilbert.
Oh, God.
Gilbert says he can't take much more of this. As Lupe holds up her stomach, Gilbert has to wipe her Mexican ass.
Oh, God.
On tonight's 600-pound life, Lupe hides a burrito in her purse. Tonight, on 600-pound life, Lupe gets a super burrito from her niece, who, in this broadcaster's opinion, could drop a few herself. She's heading down that Lupe road. On tonight's 600-pound life, Lupe takes her blood sugar, and it's just below Babe Ruth's lifetime slugging percentage. Gilbert says, wow, that's high. And she says, fuck you, get me a super burrito. Tonight, Gilbert threatens to leave again. Dr. No Outson watches as Lupe gets stuck in the toilet.
Oh.
The toilet top gets stuck to her ass, her flat brown ass. Dr. No Outson says, this is very disheartening to witness. Then he cashes a $900,000 check from the insurance company. Dr. No Outson claims tonight that Kirsten can't take any discomfort. She's 600 pounds, she's in a fishing net, and something's up her nose. No air conditioning, and they're in Houston. Yet he says she can't take a little discomfort.